Alright, let's see. This is my unveiling of the pack I've got set up. This isn't quite the final thing, but it's, give or take, pretty much what I got planned. So I'll just unpack some of this little by little and show you what's going on. Alright, so, well, let's see, where should I start? Maybe on the outside. On the outside, I've got, on my straps, I've got some carabiners, and I've got two 1-liter canteens. One is insulated, one is not insulated. The insulated one isn't exactly for drinking water. It's actually for potentially holding contaminated water for the time being, and also for making like soups and things like that. It's a clean canteen. Oh, no, this one. It's a clean canteen, insulated canteen, and my plan for this is I have some dehydrated vegetables that I want to be able to add a dry soup mix, like a dry miso soup mix, and put the hot water and the dried miso soup mix in with the vegetables in this insulated canteen with hot water, and then the insulated canteen will keep this hot for a very long time, thoroughly cooking the vegetables, rehydrating the vegetables, and also creating like a soup. So I'm carrying water and I get to drink that water, but it won't be as plain water, it'll be like as soup. So this is kind of like my answer to rehydration. So I'll be rehydrating vegetables and things. In the morning, my plan would be to put the vegetables in this dried vegetables in this insulated canteen, and then to pour the hot water on top of it with the dry instant soup mix to seal it up, and then a few hours later by lunch I should have reconstituted vegetables and some hot soup to drink for my lunch. This here is kind of a interesting little flashlight. It's, I don't even know, what is it, pal light. It runs on a 9-volt battery. It actually is on all the time. There's a very, very dim LED that will keep this on for like 1 year. So you do have to change the 9-volt out every year. But the nice thing about a flashlight that's on a little bit all the time is that you can find it in the dark fairly easily. And then beyond that, it's got like a high, low, and a flash setting. So there's that. This little pocket here is a kind of an inexpensive military orienting compass. Yeah. But let's see if I can. There we go. So just mostly, I think it's plastic with an aluminum housing. So there's that. Right on the outside of my pack, so I can always orient and know what direction I'm going. I also have a GPS here. I'm not sure whether I want to bring it or not. I like the feeling of a little bit extra security, but like just being able to just find instantly where I am. On the other hand, it isn't lightweight, so I'm kind of on the bubble on that one. This is an uninsulated canteen. This here is like a little survival kit right on the outside. It has a whistle for signaling. It has matches inside, a little striker. I think there's like fishing hooks and fishing line inside, and a number of other little gizmos and gadgets, but it's fairly lightweight. I like the additional security. I've got a platypus on the outside of my back here, connected to a platypus bladder on the inside. Let's see. One small coffee cup. I don't really need it. I might ditch this because this pack actually right now weighs 56 pounds, which is way over what I wanted. I wanted something more like 40 to 45, but I just keep, I'm scared about not having what I need, so I'm probably packing. Again, I don't have as much experience as I should in this kind of in backpacking. I've only gone out a few dozen times. So I'm kind of like wanting to make sure I bring things, but then by day 2 I will hate every ounce of everything I do not use and did not want to bring with me. So I'm still making some choices that I might pare down. I might lose this because I actually have another metal cup that I use as a bowl. So I might just use a canteen for my coffee rather than a nice cup in the morning, and then lose this ounce. So that'd be nice. This is a little solar light. It's got a little solar panel. It charges. So it's nice in that it's like a portable AA battery charger. And then it's got a little light that it lights up. So the light works for 6 hours and then charges in like 4-6 hours in the daytime, so potentially light all the time. And it's nice to have that little bit of light at night, especially if you don't want to build a big fire. Now I'm thinking, what's the best approach here? Oh, on the outside here, I got my sleeping pad right in the back. Anything else in the back here on the outside of note? All right, I'm gonna start. Let's see. I'll start at the top, maybe, or at the bottom. I'll start at the bottom. And maybe, yeah. All right. There we go. On the outside, little outside pack. Oh, I'm definitely gonna ditch this. This is don't need this weight. A little Anarchy armband with a green heart. Eco, love, anarchy, empathy. All right, yeah, I think I'll leave that at home. As much as that was fun to think about when I first put it in there, now that this pack is so heavy, I'm thinking maybe not. These are a pair of leather gloves I like to wear when camping. Basically, they protect my hands and yet leave my fingers free. So they're little leather palms, and my fingers can be free. And this helps avoid cuts. When you fall down on some rocks, or when you're using a knife unsafely, hopefully you're not doing that, but you know, crap can happen, and a cut on your hand while camping is kind of a dangerous thing, so that's why I got those. Also, it's really handy for flint knapping and for fire starting, to be able to use your hands and yet not be afraid of the heat or the stone flakes. So to me, even though those are not necessarily, I mean, they're not heavy, but they're not lightweight per se. Yeah, I think I am going to be bringing those because that makes me feel a little bit safer. I probably shouldn't bring these. These are MSR groundhog tent stakes, aluminum, not heavy, but, and I could probably make my own stakes out of wood around my campsite, but if it's raining, it is handy to have some, so maybe I should pare this down to 4 of these. Oh, looks like I have way more than I need. I only need 6 and I have 7. How'd that happen? Nope, I have 8. Okay, so I'm going to get you 2 of those. That lightens up things. Anyway, let's put the stuff I'm going to... It's a good thing I'm going through this. So, like, as I'm packing, how do I say this? I'm packing in the beginning. And so sometimes the decisions I made in the beginning when I started packing this up are going to be different from how I pack up when I know that things are heavy. Maybe I should ditch this and just get a small Bic lighter. But I have a Kelly kettle, and so having a stick lighter is handy. I'm going to put this in the keep section, but I'm going to reconsider that one. This is a small little jar of steel wool as a fire starter. Probably don't need that if I bring other things. A headlamp. Uses AA. Good. Batteries are good there. I tested that before. I should know that. Okay. This is a chemical light. I only am bringing one on this thing, but when all other lights fail, chemical lights are nice and they don't weigh a whole lot. This is my neck knife. It is a Mora. Inexpensive carbon steel, $15. They're really reliable. Again, carbon steel, so they hold the edge for a good long time. I like those. Some insect block. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to bring that, even though I'm bringing other things to help protect me from insects. And this is something I probably should have had on the top of this outside pack, but this is a poncho tarp. So it is a still nylon tarp, a small one, but it also acts as a poncho. It has a little hood and place for your head to pop out. So if all other tarps fail, if I need secondary tarp, I can always pull out the poncho and create a little bit extra protection. Maybe if the wind is blowing rain on my hammock from one side that the other tarp is open to, I could then do this. So this needs to go on the outside because rain gear should be available to you fairly easily. Alright, so, okay, maybe I'll just move over here. The other side pack. Alright, some clothespins for hanging wet stuff off the back of my pack. I'm letting them dry outside. Here are, let's see, what are you? Oh, roll of toilet paper in a plastic bag. You don't want your toilet paper getting wet. It's not very useful to you after it gets wet. This is a 10 millimeter syringe, or milliliter syringe, and some Tegaderms, and some gauze, and some absorbable hemostat, and some steri strips for injuries and things like this. Alright, this is a backpacking trowel for digging a little hole for poo. Extra paracord. First aid kit. Oh yeah, this is a, let's see, Adventure Medical Kits. It has a little bit of, also has some hemostat already in there called Quick Clot is the brand there. Let's see, I have a mosquito head net. I don't like to use DEET if I can avoid it. Here are 3 small fire starters. I think this is like the Coleman sawdust and wax thing. And, oh, moleskin. I probably have enough here for everybody, but every hiker should probably have some moleskin for those inevitable blisters that happen on your feet. And so you can cover your feet with a little bit of protection and have some comfort from that kind of stuff. All right. Let's go on the outside here. Pencil with a little duct tape, has the eraser. I haven't sharpened the end of the pencil yet, but I have knives for sharpening the pencil if that comes down to that. Magnesium fire starter with a little bit of steel on there for just in case. Let's see. I might ditch this. This is Sting Ease. It's a benzocaine. It helps if you get stung by a bee or a hornet. It gives you a little bit of relief from that. Also mosquito bites and that kind of stuff if those are really bothersome to you. Some waterproof matches. Again, I probably could get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, maybe I'm going to leave this at home. Just in case for AA regular batteries. You never know what happens. You don't want to be without a light. This is my emergency chemical purification strategy here. Let's see, we have called Portable Aqua. It's a teraglycine hyperchloride, or hyperide. Okay. I thought this was a chlorine one. Maybe it turns in chlorine in the. I'll have to look into this some more. And this actually has 2 bottles, and the one is, okay, it's ascorbic acid in the other one. So this one has it basically has the water for purification. You put like a tablet in 1 quart or 1 liter of water, you wait 5 minutes, you shake the container, and you wait 30 minutes for it to purify, and then it has a funny taste. So this has some ascorbic acid to make the funny taste go away. I got 2 of these. I don't need 2 of these. These are a can opener. They're lightweight. They're small. I don't have any cans, but you just never know what might happen. And if you don't have a can opener, that's no good. All right, that's that pocket there. All right, in this pocket, I have pencil and notebook. Writing down thoughts. You know, you're hiking, you have good thoughts, you have good conversation, you want to write stuff down. Here is a reflective blanket, Mylar, just in case. You never know what happens. Again, like, I'm probably overdoing these things. Yeah, this is not coming with me. This is going in the throw pile. This is an old emergency poncho I bought before I got my Sil Nylon one. But this is a cheap, really lightweight emergency plastic polyethylene emergency poncho, fluorescent orange. Might be useful as a signaling device still, but I think I'm going to leave that home. And here is a Leatherman. I forget what this is, if this is a Wave or what this is, but this is a kind of a backup knife and multi-tool for anything that you might need, a screwdriver or a pair of pliers or wire cutters or whatnot. In the back, on the bottom, I have my sleeping pad, camp pad, thermal brake, self-insulating thermal brake. All right, let's go on the top. So this thing, otherwise this thing's gonna get top heavy. Yeah. What do I have here? Okay, so this is my Kaden water filter. This is probably my primary strategy for water purification. This model is the Kaden, the hiker. You turn this around. This here unscrews. It has like a little water filter in it. You put this hose on the outside, like so. And then this side has a little floaty here, and then something that goes right below the water. So you put this in the water, and it keeps it at like 2 or 3 inches above the surface, so you're not sucking up the top gunk, and it also keeps it off the bottom, so you're not sucking up the bottom gunk. Otherwise, that will plug this filter up pretty quick, which is why filters, I always like to have a backup plan, because filters do fail if they get gummed up. And then this side goes into the top here, and this is like a little platypus adapter. So you can add this to your platypus bladder and fill up your platypus bladder with this little plastic adapter, or you can fill up your canteen however you like. And so you just pump, and it sucks in the water from your contaminated source, and then out through the filter and out through the little hole here. So the chemical filtration is kind of an emergency backup, you know, not planning on using it, but I'm bringing it because you just never know if your filter fails, or if you just can't possibly heat up your water to boiling to purify it. Alright. What else do I got here? Oh, and here is my shelter. Well, I should say, actually, this is my sleeping arrangement. This is a Jacks Are Better Bear Mountain Ridge hammock. It has some metal bars, and it actually isn't the lightest hammock I have. I just have it. I suppose I should just choose the other hammock because it's lighter. But I do like how this one lays. I think I might keep it. I don't know. I'll think about it. This is the one I've been using most, so since it has more field testing, I might just stick with it because I know it works. And I have more experience setting it up. But anyway, this hammock has like these metal spreader bars, which kind of adds to weight, which makes it unnecessarily heavy. But the spreader bars create a suspension hammock kind of situation of like a suspension bridge, which allows you to have a very flat lay. There are other hammocks that also give you a flat lay without those bars. I have a second Mylar blanket, which means I am not going to double up on that. That can go out. So this is good. This is good. Taking everything apart and re-seeing what I have. A mirror for signaling and for vanity's sake, or for, who knows, you get a hook caught in your cheek and you need to take it out yourself. Well, you might need to look at your face. Mostly for signaling. This, maybe I shouldn't bring this. This is a knife sharpener, a little tiny one. It's handy to have a knife sharpener. I don't know. Again, I need to make remake some decisions here as to what I want to do. Okay, this is the one I've been dreading. We're going to the Catskills, so I definitely needed a bear container. I regretted not having a bear container last time I went to the Allegheny Mountains. And usually I camp in the Finger Lakes area, so black bears aren't quite the same concern. But and definitely in Allegheny and Catskills, black bears are going to be an issue. So this has a little thing where you have to kind of press on the plastic to open it up. And you have to get past 2 of these little doohickeys, so that even if you have a smart bear that knows he needs to unscrew this thing, unless he knows exactly where to put his finger and press in, hopefully the bear doesn't read, he won't know how to undo this. And this probably isn't the most secure. I mean, it's plastic. It's, you know, it's that resin plastic. It's supposed to be shatterproof and really durable, but I'm sure it is possibly, it's not as secure as if this was like steel, but I wanted something lightweight, and I was willing to sacrifice a little bit of the possible security. I feel that this is probably safe enough for black bears. It even says a grizzly bear approved. I don't know how much testing they did. This here, if you can see that, is cauliflower. It is actually a whole 1-pound bag of cauliflower dehydrated. So, like, that will like that will be an entire liter of reconstituted cauliflower when this gets done. So to give you an idea of, you know, like how you can dehydrate vegetables. This is 1 pound. Actually, it might be even a 2-pound bag. Yeah, I think it is a 2-pound bag of stir-fry vegetables: broccoli, carrots, peppers, water chestnuts, all in, I don't even know, less than an ounce, maybe an ounce. Another bag of stir-fried vegetables, broccoli and such. And these are for my soups. This is a bag of collard greens, dehydrated. I want to get my vegetables and greens in. This is a bag of dehydrated frozen peas. I just took a bag of frozen peas, probably the 2-pound bag, and threw it in my dehydrator. And this can be some extra protein on the trail. Instant brown rice, fiber, carbs, good. Instant oatmeal. We're only going for like 2 days. Maybe I don't need 6 packets. Maybe I'm gonna, yeah, maybe two of these aren't needed. All right. What else do I have here? Okay. These are kind of cute. They're also really stupid expensive. So I don't know if these are a good buy or not. But I like them on the trail. What can I say? Honey and almond butter. So sugar and protein and fat, all in a little tiny bag of 1.15 ounces. I got 3 of those. You know, maybe some to share on the trail. A little baggie of salt. That's probably way more salt than I need, but there it is. Okay, so I probably don't need this. This is me probably being dumb. I shouldn't bring so much. This is just nutritional food yeast. It gives things a cheesy flavor. I like it, and it's my source of B12 in my diet, so I brought some to make like cheesy things, you know. I don't know. Maybe I can go without that for a little while. Nuts. So protein, fats on the go. No cooking necessary. Cashews, peanuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans, hazelnuts, you know, all that kind of good stuff. Granola. Blueberry flavor granola. No cooking necessary. Awesome on the trail. Okay, so here are this is all my accoutrements for making reconstituting vegetables on the trail. There's some vegetable bouillon on the bottom. There is, let's see, what is this guy here? These are my miso soups, I think. Yeah, miso cup, reconstitute. And this is actually like a Lipton's onion soup mix. So I can make soup on the go, on the trail. Put it in that insulated canteen, and it can, that way I'm not because you know, if I put it in I can reconstitute all this on my stove, but then I gotta sit there and keep feeding fuel on the stove and tending it, and it takes time and fuel. And so the strategy here with the insulated canteen is to maybe not use so much fuel and so much time, just put hot water in the insulated canteen and let it kind of cook slowly over time, all insulated. This is another one of those things where I probably don't need it, but I'm bringing it maybe anyway. This is just organic textured soy protein. So you put it in the soup and it comes out like little ground beef kind of chewiness. 60% cacao, chocolate chippies. I like chocolate. I make no excuses or reservations for that. More brown rice, probably not this much is probably not necessary, but there it is. And then a whole big bag of dehydrated fruit. This is just cherries, dehydrated cranberries, and dehydrated apricots. And that is my whole food bucket. So that's that. So that should be good for like 4 days, and our trip is like 3 days, so I should have more than enough food, some to share. I'm torn on this. I like this this pot, but I have smaller things I could bring, or I could just like not bring this at all and just bring like this. Like I could cook on just this and have plenty, but if I was going to have enough to serve multiple people, then And then like this might be enough for like one meal, but then I might want to have seconds, in which case I'd have to cook again, in which case I need something a little bigger. So I'm kind of torn, but I do like that everything fits in this, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to bring this, but I'm also kind of feeling torn that maybe I don't want to bring this. Light my fire, titanium spork, spoon, fork, some aluminum foil to shield the stove if necessary, emergency Earl Grey tea. This is a pot holder for my stove, which I'll show you later. Okay. This over here. Get them. Gotta make a decision on that. This is me being dumb. I couldn't fit all the food I wanted in my bear can. So this is coconut oil. I like to bring a little oil and add to things. These are energy bars, and this is instant coffee. So I probably need to take out some things, make some decisions, alternate decisions on some of the food I'm bringing, and get that inside the bear can. Because if you got food outside the bear can, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a bear can. This is a wicking t-shirt, light colored, so if I get too hot, it won't absorb too much energy. I prefer black, but you know, there are practical considerations when choosing color, not just aesthetics and symbols. Alright, so this is my stove. This is a Kelly kettle. This is their trucker model. It has a silicone spout. It is hollow inside. And the idea of this guy is that you actually put water here, and the water is surrounding this whole thing. So the water becomes like a chimney. This holds 2.5 cups of water. You get a little fire started in your fire bowl, sticks and twigs and things. And then when your fire gets going, you put this on top. And what you'll have happen is the hot air will want to rise up the chimney. When the hot air rises up the chimney, it pulls air into your feed holes. As the air goes into your feed holes, it is basically automatically, the fire is automatically, oxygen is blowing in as hot gases are coming out the top. And as the hot gases are coming out the top, you have all this wonderful surface area on the inside in which you're boiling water. And this stove can boil 2.5 cups of water in like 3 or 4 minutes. So it is pretty darn fast to boil that much water. And of course, boiling water is an essential part of water purification on the trail. And yeah, and then of course, you can't put a pot right on top of your chimney, because if you were, you'd extinguish your flame, you'd get rid of all that hot gases going up, and your flame would lose oxygen. But a little ingenuity, you put these little metal things on top of your Kelly kettle, and then your pot goes right on top of it, not blocking the chimney hot gases from escaping. And so you can cook on top of your Kelly kettle while you are actually boiling water at the same time. What ends up happening for me is that the water boils first, so I end up having to take the pot off and then pour the water out, put new water in, put the pot back on, and I need to like figure out a better way of doing this. Maybe I should boil all my water ahead of time and then cook at the end, and then that way I'm not taking the pot off and on and everything. But yeah, so that's the idea of the stove. And of course, this is my kind of my primary water purification, I guess you could say. The problem is like, it's great if you have all metal canteens or all resin canteens, but I do have that big platypus, so platypus bladder, which carries about half of my water storage. So I really don't want to make this my primary thing, because I can't pour hot water into the platypus, and it takes time to cool down water in a canteen, especially. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm feeling like I still need to bring the water filter, even though I probably could purify everything just on the stove. So yeah, this is where I have to make decisions. Alright, what else we got here? Oh, this is probably, you know, one of those decisions where I'll regret it, because it weighs ounces. But a book, Robin Handel's Political Economy. Not too heavy, but not too lightweight either. This is a long sleeve white t-shirt to keep the bugs and the sun off. I don't like sunscreen, so I wear that even when it's hot. It's cotton, so it cools me down. Of course, cotton is dangerous if you're in cold weather, so not to be worn in cold weather. This is a nylon kilt. I really like hiking in a kilt for comfort and for ventilation. So that is actually, I have some cotton ones, which I also wear casually, but that's my hiking one. It's nylon, it's lightweight. I don't want those cotton ones are really heavy. Wool socks. What else do I have here? Oh, really super lightweight emergency fire starting, but only during the daytime. This is a magnifying sheet, and it's like a small plastic Fenzel lens, which you can use like a magnifying glass to start a fire. It's so lightweight. It's kind of like unnecessary probably, but it's so lightweight and kind of neat that I kind of bring it anyway. This is a camp basin, fairly lightweight. It's for washing your body, washing your dishes, that kind of thing. Actually, I probably should get some lightweight washcloth in here, but I have some other things that I could cut to size. I'm not going to take it out, but I have the platypus. Well, maybe I should just take everything else out. Why not? It just takes a little bit of. They don't want your platypus to fall at the bottom of your backpack, so it's a little latch. All right, so platypus water bottle, 2 liters. So that's that, and this allows me to sip water very conveniently right from the outside of my backpack while having lots of water up against my body. Oh, I've got 2 of these. I don't need 2 of these. All right, that's going to go in the I don't need you category. I'm curious about rewinding my pack. This is, truthfully, probably unnecessary. It's a thermoset, a little foam seat. The bear canister is kind of necessary in bear country, but I prefer not to have a bear canister because that adds like a pound or 2. I think it's like a pound and 1/4 pound. Yeah, 1 1/4 pounds. And you can actually use the bear canister as a chair, which actually has some redeeming value for me. And then this can go on the ground or on the bear canister to have a comfortable seat. It's fairly lightweight. It's not too bulky. It provides comfort. Maybe I should use this as a pillow too. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll think about that. It's not fluffy, but maybe I can make do. Alright, okay, so this is heavy and probably not necessary, but I like it. This is the Hoodlum. It is a large, like, buck knife type of thing, full tang, has a little compartment in the handle to put things in. I haven't put anything in the handle. It has a little pot holder for snatching a wire pot handle out of the fire. Also can be used as a wire breaker. It also has a little pocket on the outside for holding like a little survival kit, which I haven't added to it yet. I suppose I could just throw that whole whistle contraption in there. But I'm not bringing a hatchet, so like this is a compromise of a big knife and a hatchet, and it can be handy sometimes for batoning some small sticks and things into smaller wood to create a fire. So yeah, I'm kind of, maybe I shouldn't bring it, but I also like it, so maybe I will bring it. Sometimes mosquitoes and kilts don't get along, so here is a pair of nylon convertible pants that convert to shorts, just in case. Here is an extra pair of wool socks, so 2 pairs of wool socks. Some hankies, blowing your nose for bandanas, that kind of stuff. Actually, this probably isn't necessary. I'm going to put this in the I don't need it category. It's a cotton olive drab t-shirt, and I don't think I'm going to need another cotton shirt after the long sleeve one. This maybe not necessary for this trip, but I am going to bring it. This is polypropylene. What would you call these? Long underwear. They're like a kind of a mid layer that I would use if I was hiking in the wintertime. I am taking these for kind of pajamas and in case it gets cold at night. So instead of bringing an extra warm sleeping bag, I'm bringing just a little bit of extra clothes to kind of keep me warm and comfortable rather than bringing 2 sleeping bags in case it gets cold. So it's a little bit easier to keep myself warm. Oh, that was just the pants. I need to find the shirt. Oh, there's the shirt. Okay, so yeah, so a black polypropylene shirt. Also keep the mosquitoes off me. This is where I need to make some decisions. This is a camp towel. It's one of those stupid infomercial type of things. Holds a lot of water. I'll need to make. It's not very heavy, so I guess I can. That's not worth worrying about. I do have this cotton towel here. This is kind of like a possibly kitchen towel, but really emergency bandage type of gauze idea. Extra paracord. Maybe I don't need this with everything else. I got some plastic bags here for garbage and or keeping things dry. Here are those aluminum spreader bars for the hammock, and that is the inside of my pack. Obviously I'm still making decisions as to all these things, but that only leaves the bottom left of my pack. So that's everything in the top, that was the top, that was the mid, and now there's the only thing in the bottom here. Oh, it looks like I have a permanent marker on the outside. I'm thinking no, I'm going to leave him home. A pillow. I sleep in a... Ew, I might need to wash this. That does not smell nice. That smells like cat pee. Yuck. No, that's kind of disappointing. So a pillow that I will wash and see what happens. It's not very heavy, but I sleep in a hammock, and it's nice to have something under your head when you're sleeping in a hammock. So even though it's bulky, not too heavy, but it still has weight, I could probably roll up other things, maybe, and use as a pillow instead, but I kind of like the comfort of having a pillow, so I'm kind of thinking I might keep it. This is my primary sil nylon tarp that I use as my primary shelter. And let's see, this is a emergency bivy. It's like a sleeping bag made of mylar for in case you have made some boo-boos and you are really cold and you just really need to stay warm. And this is my sleeping bag. It's one of those military lightweight sleeping bags. I think it's like rated for 50 degrees or something like that, 40 degrees. And I think that's everything. Yep. That would be everything. So that's my pack. That's what I got loaded down. I now have to make some decisions as to getting rid of a few things and reweighing the pack and seeing what goes on. Might be some small things I might add to it, but I don't think I'm going to add much to it at this point. I need to test out some of the new equipment just to confirm that everything is in working order. But that's pretty much everything.